Have you ever wondered what a rusty helmet from World War II could tell us about the soldier who wore it? Or what secrets lie hidden inside a seemingly ordinary military compass from the Vietnam War? Today we're diving deep into some of the most fascinating war artifacts that historians have discovered, and the incredible stories they reveal about the people who carried them into battle. War artifacts aren't just pieces of metal and fabric sitting in museums. They're time capsules that hold fragments of human experience from humanity's darkest hours. Each scratch, each dent, each faded photograph tucked into a pocket tells a story that history books often miss. These personal items carried by soldiers reveal intimate details about fear, hope, love, and survival that no official military record could ever capture. Let's start with one of the most haunting discoveries ever made. In 2019, archaeologists excavating a World War I battlefield in France discovered a German soldier's personal effects that had been preserved in the mud for over a century. Inside his pack, they found letters from his wife, a small prayer book, and something unexpected, a collection of pressed flowers. These weren't just any flowers. Analysis revealed they were from his hometown in Bavaria, carefully preserved between the pages of his diary. This soldier had carried a piece of home with him into one of history's most brutal conflicts. But here's where it gets really interesting. The letters weren't just typical correspondence. They were written in a code that his wife had developed, using flower names to represent different emotions and situations. When historians finally cracked the code, they discovered that this soldier had been planning to desert. The flowers weren't just sentimental keepsakes. They were a communication system between husband and wife, discussing escape routes and safe houses. This single artifact completely changed how historians understood desertion rates and communication methods during the Great War. Moving forward to World War II, we encounter artifacts that reveal the incredible ingenuity of prisoners of war. Take the case of a seemingly ordinary chess set discovered in a German POW camp. For decades, it sat in a private collection, assumed to be nothing more than a handmade game to pass time. But when experts examined it closely in 2018, they made an astonishing discovery. The chess pieces were hollow, and inside each one was a tiny scroll containing detailed maps of guard rotations, camp layouts, and escape routes. This wasn't just any chess set. It was part of an elaborate communication network that connected multiple POW camps across Nazi-occupied Europe. The pieces could be disassembled and reassembled to create different maps depending on which camp they were sent to. The White King contained suicide pills. The Black Queen held gold coins for bribing guards. This single artifact revealed an entire underground intelligence network that had operated under the noses of German guards for years. The emotional weight of these discoveries becomes even more profound when we look at artifacts from more recent conflicts. A medic's bag from the Vietnam War, discovered in a village outside Da Nang, contained something extraordinary. Alongside the expected medical supplies, there was a small notebook filled with sketches and observations about the local flora and fauna. This medic had been documenting the natural world around him, creating detailed drawings of tropical plants and birds even while treating wounded soldiers. What makes this discovery so powerful is that many of these plants turned out to be medicinal herbs that local Vietnamese healers had been using for centuries. The medic had been learning from Vietnamese civilians, incorporating traditional healing methods into his modern medical practice. His notebook became a bridge between two cultures, showing how even in the midst of war, human beings find ways to connect and learn from each other. But perhaps the most mysterious artifacts are those that challenge our understanding of military history entirely. Consider the case of a Roman soldier's personal effects discovered in northern England. Among the typical items like weapons and coins, archaeologists found something that didn't belong, a small jade figurine that could only have come from ancient China. This was 2,000 years ago, long before historians believed there was any direct contact between Roman Britain and China. This tiny artifact has forced historians to reconsider everything they thought they knew about ancient trade routes and cultural exchange. How did a Chinese figurine end up in a Roman soldier's pack in northern England? Was there a vast network of trade and communication that we never knew existed? Sometimes a single small object can rewrite history books. These artifacts remind us that war, despite its horror, cannot completely erase human creativity, love, and hope. A soldier who carries pressed flowers from home. A prisoner who turns a chess game into an escape plan. A medic who finds beauty in nature while surrounded by destruction. These objects prove that even in humanity's darkest moments, people find ways to maintain their humanity. The next time you see a war artifact in a museum, remember that you're not just looking at a piece of history. You're looking at a fragment of someone's life, someone's dreams, someone's desperate attempt to hold on to what makes us human. These artifacts don't just tell us about war, they tell us about the incredible resilience of the human spirit. What secrets might everyday objects from our own time reveal to future archaeologists? The artifacts we've explored today prove that the most ordinary items can hold the most extraordinary stories. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video as well as watch more videos from our video library. Thank you.